Alright guys, so since the last video, things have not been going well. Humanity as we know it does not exist. There was a large nuclear fallout and there's not a whole lot of life. Thankfully I was able to survive the nuclear fallout, but things are not looking good. Like I said, there's no food. I'm thinking the best way to get food is to find a creek or river and catch some fish, but I have no hooks, I have no line, I have nothing on me, so I'm going to have to build my own fishing setup from scratch. Thankfully there's some debris, some rubble over there. We can search through that, maybe we can find something useful, maybe we can build a hook, maybe find something we can use for line, and find something we can use for a fishing pole. Let's go see what we can find. Let's see if we can find something useful in this dump. There's all kinds of junk everywhere. I hate burrs with a passion. They're the worst. So as you guys can see, this area is just filled with debris, all kinds of stuff back here. Hopefully I can find something useful to use as a fishing rod, something like that. Got old tires. Guys, check this out. Alright guys, just found a old fishing pole. This thing looks extremely old. It's been back here for a while. It's not really in any usable condition. The rod's all busted up, so I can't really use it. There is some line on the reel. Let's see if that's any good. So guys, like I said, I found this old fishing reel right here. There is still some line on this thing, I think. But there's no way of me getting to it. It's trapped kind of way down in the spool. I'm going to basically have to bust this reel open with something hard to get to the line. So there's a rock over here. We'll just smash this thing open and see if we can get to the line. Hopefully we can use it. There we go. Alright, cool. So guys, I was able to actually get a decent amount of fishing line off this old reel, and I'm hoping that the line here towards the bottom will be still good, because I tested some of it and it seemed like it was dry rotted, but this line feels pretty decent. I'm going to strip a little bit off of here. So guys, that is super awesome. We were able to find some fishing line that actually still works. So I'm just going to take this fishing line, I'm just going to wrap it around this piece of wood right here so I can take it with me and use it when I need it. Alright guys, so I got my line right here spooled around this little piece of wood. Now it's time to find something to make a hook out of, and this is always the most challenging part, finding something that I'm able to sharpen into a hook and catch a fish with. This could be difficult. Alright, so I was just looking at some of this webbed netting here. I was thinking about maybe ripping some of it off and trying to sharpen it into a hook, but then I realized there was some wire back here, some copper wire, which could be useful. The only problem with it is it's stuck in here, and I'm not sure how to get it out. Let me see if I can just break it, because copper wire can usually be broken if you bend it back and forth for a while. Let's see. Copper wire can usually be snapped. There you go. Yeah, that totally worked. So guys, I got this piece of copper wire, and this is what I'm going to fashion my hook out of, and I'm really thankful I found some copper wire because copper is a very soft metal. As you know, it's easy to work with. The only concern I have with working with copper wire is that it's a soft metal, so if I make a big hook like this, it'd be very easy for the fish to bend it out. Now, what I'm thinking about doing is making a very small tight bend. So as you can see, if I would make a very small tight bend, something like that, it'd be way harder for the fish to bend it out. But with that being said, we have to go sharpen this wire into a sharp point before we put a bend in it, and that's going to take a while. So let's go do that right now. Alright, so this is basically what I got right here. I found a nice piece of sandstone that I'm going to use to sharpen my wire into a sharp point. Basically, I'm just going to grab my wire and I'm going to rub it against the sandstone, and hopefully we can get a sharp point out of it. Let's do it. So guys, the nice thing about working with copper, it didn't take me very long to be able to get a nice little point on the tip of this wire. Now we got to figure out some way to bend it into a really tight, small loop. And the problem is we don't have any tools out here, so it's going to be very difficult to try and bend this with my hands. So I got to find something that I can use to bend this into a small loop. Alright guys, so I found this right here. This is a little pin that is used to hold this arm in place, and you see that tiny little hole right there? Well, I'm thinking if I stick my wire through like this, and I bend up, I can bend a nice little loop like that. So I have my sharpened end right here, and I'm gonna see if this works. About like that. As you guys can see, I was able to make a nice little U shape right there. That could be the basis for our hook. Now I gotta put a loop at the top for my line, and the best way to do this is going to be to break off this wire about right here, and it should just snap like that. Perfect. I want to bend a little loop at the top to be able to put my line through. So basically just going to repeat the same process in the hole and try to get a nice little bend right there. So guys, as you can see, I finished the main profile of my hook. I have a tiny little line tie right there, and I have the basic U at the bottom. It was actually a lot simpler than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to go ahead and sharpen this hook up a little bit more. We got to find something to use for a fishing rod. Should work pretty good for a fishing pole. Gotta find some bait. We gotta catch some fish. Alright guys, so I found a creek where I can fish right here. We just gotta find some worms for bait, and then we're ready to start fishing. Let's go. I think over here would be a good spot. I'm just gonna look around these rocks real quick, see if I can find some worms. There we go, that's a good one right there. Nice. I'm gonna need more than one, I think, to be able to catch some fish. There's another one. Alright guys, so I got a couple worms. It's time to start fishing. Let's go. Got my stick right here. We're just going to go ahead and put some of this line on here. Come on. Yes. Yes. I got a fish. I got a fish, guys. Oh my goodness. Look at this. I caught a fish. Oh my goodness. Yes, I caught a fish. Oh! Guys, I did it. Oh! I caught a fish with this tiny little hook right there. I cannot believe that worked. Oh, that was awesome. Nice. That's one fish, but we're gonna need some more. Look at that, guys. That is so sweet. Oh! I'm getting bites like every cast, but these fish keep stealing my bait. I think it's probably because this hook's a little too big for them. So I'm just gonna have to wait to find one with the right size mouth. Yes. Got him. Finally, I got another fish. Look at that, guys, right there. That hook actually works. There you go, guys, my second creek chub of the challenge. So guys, there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video. No, I will not be eating the fish I caught. Why? Well, number one, because I'm not really starving, and I'm not really in a survival situation. I'm actually standing right by my house right now. And number two, I don't think it's wise to eat fish out of a creek or river after nuclear fallout, because I'm sure there's a lot of nuclear waste that runs into the creeks and rivers from the rain. So those fish would probably be very, very toxic and probably cause you more harm than they would good. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more survival fishing challenge videos, drop a like down below and I'll definitely be sure to make some more. You can check out my last video right here, and you can subscribe right here. And as always, stay hooked. I'll see you later.